GMGAGN, I'm coming in with some absolutely incredibly hot news, and it is that there is a 115% tariff on every single AI agent transaction across the board on the Near blockchain. And I'm bringing with me MJ and Hassel to tell you all about it and to open the lid explosively on what is nothing less than a remarkable technological feat with the latest in shared agents and on-chain autonomy. Hassel, MJ, how you doing? How's it going? Are you in too much pain? I hope not, but I would love to know a little bit more about you. So if you could take the mic, give us some introductions, and then we will dive into what the hottest news in the world of shared agents is.
Yeah, GMGN, thank you, Demo. Thank you for having us. Hey, everyone, this is MJ from Yonder Labs, and today I'm joined by my coworker, Hassel, and we are going to be talking about a new AI agent that we'll be launching today.
Hi to everyone. Nice to be here, and I think that it's going a great day to present this project. And Jay,
Yeah,
if you want to start,
anything
it's
that
okay
distracts
because
us.
it's okay if you want to start to talk about the agent.
Yeah, 100%. Anything that distracts us from whatever is going on in the world right now, I think is a huge win. MJ Hassel, we've already discussed it behind the scenes, so I am lucky enough to be privy to some of the magic that we are about to see happen today. But MJ, why don't you give us a brief overview of what it is we're about to reveal to the world and just how exciting it is?
Yeah, for sure. Let me quickly share my screen. Hey everyone, super excited to be talking about this Mindshare Index agent today. So this is basically an agent that we're going to be launching today, hopefully during this session in real time, and hopefully we'll also see this agent make some trades in real time. So the plan for today is that I'm going to quickly go through a few slides. I will talk about, what is this agent, and then I will hand it over to Hassel to talk more details about how we built it, how it works. And if you are watching this, stream, stay tuned, because at the very end, we'll be launching this agent in real time. Hopefully everything works. All right, let's get started. So what is this Mindshare Index agent, right? So this is a fully autonomous AI trading agent. It's powered by Near's Shade Agent stack. I'll be talking about it in a minute. So the TLDR here is that this is an agent that can decide what crypto to buy and sell based on the amount of attention that they are getting online. So how does this work from the very high level, right? So basically the agent consumes data from Kaito, which is a platform that aggregates, mindshare and sentiment data across multiple platforms like Twitter, news websites, and so forth. And then the agent will be leveraging a large language model to analyze the trends and sentiment, right? And it will come up with some actions to take, like buy and sell some tokens. So the agent will sign and submit these transactions using Near's chain signatures and Near intents, which actually provide a seamless, probably the easiest multi-chain or cross-chain trading experience that enables the agent to buy and sell and hold assets on different blockchains. So as I mentioned, this agent is powered by Near's Shade agents. So just in case if you're not familiar with that, this is how the architecture looks like. So you can see that there are two key components here. The first one is the worker agent. So this is basically an agent that runs. This basically runs the agent's logic. It runs inside a trusted execution environment, which is very important. I'll talk about it in a minute. And then this worker agent has access to off-chain APIs, compute, and storage, such as the Kaito API. And worker agent will also be using a large language model or any sort of model. This is basically where the decision-making process is resolved. And after that, the agent will come up with some actions to take, right? So the second piece here, which is very important, is the smart contract on Near. This is very important because the smart contract can do a few things. So first of all, the smart contract will be verifying and registering the worker agents. So what do we mean by that is that every time a worker agent instance spins up, it will first need to register itself with the smart contract. So this actually uses a primitive of the trusted execution environment called attestation quote. So basically, the environment here can produce a report that show the current state of the environment, right? So, and this report is also, signed by a key and attested to by the manufacturer of this environment. So in this case, this could be, Intel, and Intel can say that, oh, we recognize that this is one of the CPUs that we sold, and the environment seems intact, right? So when a smart contract receives the registration call from the worker agent, it will first verify the report, right? The signatures and stuff. And after that, the smart contract will also extract the code hash from this report, which is the code hash of the software that is currently running inside this environment, right? Basically, the smart contract also needs to check whether the worker agent is running a trusted copy of the software, right? And after that, the smart contract will register this worker agent, and the worker agent will be able to call other methods in the smart contract. So what are some of the other methods that the worker agent can call, right? So the smart contract is also integrated with nearest chain signature service, which basically gives the smart contract access to a set of keys that it can use to interact with other blockchains, right? So whenever the worker agent wants to take an action or make a trade, it will send the payload to the smart contract, right? And this is when the smart contract can check whether these proposed transactions make sense, right, based on certain rules that are defined in the smart contract. And if so, then the smart contract will call chain signature service and to get the payload signed and return it back to the worker agent. So this is how the flow works. And if you think about it, right, this is actually very powerful because first of all, these worker agents, they are running confidentially inside these trusted execution environments, which means that nobody can extract data from these worker agents because in many times they're actually dealing with private data from the users, right? And second, if you think about it, because of this design, anyone can actually run an instance of the worker agent and contribute to the system, right? As long as they can prove that the worker agent is running inside a trusted environment and it's running a trusted copy of the software. And if one of the worker agents dies for whatever reasons, anyone can quickly spin up another instance and pick it up. And the last but not the least, because the system is integrated with chain signatures, so this means that this agent can actually interact with any blockchain out there, right? They can buy and sell and hold tokens on any chain. And a chain signature service currently supports all the ECD SA chains, which includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, Base, and so forth. And once it adds support for ED 25519 chains, it will basically support every single blockchain out there. So this is shared agents in a nutshell, and we believe that this is the first tech stack that enables developers to build fully autonomous agents. And we also believe that in the near future, pun intended, we will see developers building all sorts of autonomous agents to custody user funds or to replace human in the loop in our DeFi infrastructure. So just to quickly wrap it up, why does this matter, right? So the Mindshare agent that we are launching today is a great example that shows how you can leverage the shared agent tech stack to build fully autonomous agents that are also resilient because there's no single point of failure, right? And also, last but not the least, this is a great example showing you how you can, build a fully autonomous agent that can proactively react to events or to data in real time, right? Instead of just passively responding to users' inputs. So yeah, so if you want to learn more about the shared agent stack, here's a link that you can check it out. And without further ado, I'm gonna hand it over to Hassan.
Well, hi again. So I want to focus in the main features of the agent and how it was developed and construct all the step-by-step to work. Let me share my screen. The first and main important thing about this is that the agent is running inside a DE, that it secures all the execution, all the agent execution. And the first thing that we work is to obtain all the information with Phala. So using Phala, we initialize all the values to register the agent to a contract. This contract is created with all the necessary methods to validate that this code that is receiving is valid. And also, when you create the DE, you need to assign an account. This account is an ephemeral account that every time that the agent is running, we generate some entropy to create this account. And we need to found every time. So once this setup is done, we obtain near-intense balance to know at which trace we are going to execute and to know the whitelist that the traits that the near-intents are allowed. Also, we use Kaito to obtain the Mindshare. Here I want to talk about what is Mindshare, but because I think that is something that may be confused. Mindshare is a value that represents the mention of a token in Twitter. For example, if today some token is really popular, this value is calculated according to other crypto market assets, and you obtain this value. It's not like sentiment or something like that. It's more related to the people talking about something, so some asset, some token, because it's important to use it to calculate it, this value, and then the LLM use this value to suggest some trades. Once we have the trades, we create a quote. This quote is used for an instance, but the advantage part here is that the quote is signed in the MPC service. So how it works? We get the quote, calculate a payload, and then we call the sign method with a key derivation and a payload. Once we have that, we ask for a sign from MPC service and then return this signature to the agent. Once we have this signature and the original quote, then we create a commitment, and this commitment is published to the intent solver box. So it's like different technologies that are involved to create a secure environment. From TE, from using Phala, near intents to obtain the trades on the commitment with the solver box, and Kaito to obtain this Mindshare value. So once the intent is published, we can the intent contract execute the trades, and the user can see the result in the app. So if you are prepared, I can start to show you how this works. So we had Phala, and we start the agent. Let's wait just a few seconds because Phala is new. It's to calculate all the values.
By the way, just want to mention that the $10,000 here is real money.
Yeah.
And if all goes well, it might be a little bit more than $10,000 tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
if we double the tariffs, it might be a little bit less. Let's see.
Yeah. So the first thing that we had is obtain the ephemeral account to the agent. Then we found it. There you are, the agent got the funds. And start the agent execution. Use the Kaito API info and the asset balances that we got right here. And let's wait just a second to see the trace.
And maybe we can talk through what it's actually doing, right? So it's fetching from the Kaito API and it's saying, "Hey, Kaito API, knock knock knock. What's the hottest coin in the world right now? What are people talking about?" And then the Kaito API will say, "Hey, shared agent, the
Yes.
hottest coin in the world right now is fart coin. Oh, it's Trump."
The Mindshare
So
portal is
what is it?
Trump.
So what has it done now?
So,
It's swapped 5 USDC for Trump, right?
yes, ask for the NPC signature to the NPC service. Then that signature go back to the agent, and then we publish that intent to the solver box, and then we can see how this change to the new balance asset.
I see the agent is very conservative, only $5.
Yeah, today it's shy because sometimes it's like 3 different assets or more.
Yeah, I think honestly it's probably a good time to be risk off. So well done, agent, for managing your risk tolerance there. But that was incredible, guys. You saw it here first, and you felt it here first. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Maybe if we have like a degen slider and we can just set it up to 100, and it can just all in on Fartcoin with the thesis that hot air rises or something like that. But anyway, that was fabulous. So that you're going to keep this running, and it's going to continue to monitor Kaito as we sleep, as we do our daily lives, and it's going to continue making those trades, right?
Yeah, we configure the agent to run daily. So tomorrow, maybe to 11 a.m., we are going to obtain new trade decisions with new Mindshare values to the assets for that day, and to obtain new rebalance, maybe change Trump or anything else. The assets that we have set at this moment are in the repo. If you want to check it, is available in the General Labs GitHub. But the one that we had, let me show you, at this moment is USDC, NEAR, ETH, BTC, SOL, and Tron, and XRP. But the developers cannot the one that are allowed with intents. So that's all the only limit. The tokens that you can assign here is the one that intents allowed. Then you can
Yeah, so you can
It's got to be
also,
listed.
you can also tweak the prompt, basically let the agent to discover tokens to trade by itself instead of providing like a list of tokens.
Yeah.
So the good news here is that everything that we just showed is open sourced. So if you want to fine tune it or tweak it, if you want to add like a DJ mode, it's definitely doable. Everything's just out there.
Yeah, the agent is configured to use only the values that are in the whitelist, but you can ask for new tokens, maybe not quick intents, but you can obtain new balances or new trades for these tokens if you configure the prompt that executes the agent. This is the prompt.
Maybe we can read that prompt out. Let us say, analyze only the following tokens in the whitelist. Asset map. For each suggested trade, consider the exact amount must be less than the user's balance. Trade the token, and there's the format. I wonder how flexible is that? So could I fork this repo, edit it, and say, trade only these tokens, but trade it with complete aggression. If you have slight conviction, I want you to go all in. And if you have slight conviction the opposite way, I want you to go all out. How flexible is that from somebody who wants to develop their own version of the Mindshare agent?
Sure. And you also can change the LLM that we are using at this moment. We configure it to use Llama, but with Near AI, you have the opportunity to use different different LLM models. And this will be maybe a different rate, not only one, or maybe if you want to personalize. Also, Near AI had the opportunity to develop your own LLM. So you can try it right here.
So I have a question then. If we forked this like 10 times and we had them all running different LLMs, could we have a trading battle of LLMs?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. That's the
idea.
That's the next thing on your bucket list, guys. And I just want to say before we wrap it up, that this agent has already out-traded me for the entire year. It's what, $5 to Trump, and it's worth $5.01 right now. So good job, autonomous shared agent.
Yeah.
Guys, fabulous as always. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Jay, do you want to add something?
Just want to mention again that, yeah, the repos have been published. I think it's included in the blog post where we announced the launch of this agent. Feel free to fork it, tweak it. And yeah, we're also looking forward to be sharing the performance of the agents, in a day, a week, a month, maybe even a year, and see how it goes.
Yeah, and I also want to remark that this project uses different technologies, different NEAR technologies. So it's important to get involved in all the stuff that NEAR have. For example, using NEAR AI to the agent, NEAR Index to execute the trades, Fala to obtain the execution environment. And I think it's a cool stuff that we involve all these technologies, and the developers can start to work with this. I think that they can do different agents with different prompts to obtain different trends. I think
Absolutely. The world's your oyster. If you're a developer, if you're a builder, if you're a coder, or even if you're just a vibe coder, right? Maybe one day they're going to be able to fork this and play along with it and see what you guys can build. I can't wait. I'm super excited. Near.ai/shared if you want to learn more about the shared agent stack. If you want to learn more about the Mindshare agent that's just been so beautifully demoed by Hassel and MJ there, you can go to near.org/blog, look for the post that's entitled Introducing the Mindshare Index AI Agent. Also, if you scroll down our Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, it will be there as well. Hassel, MJ, anything else you want to tell the people? Do you want to give them some warm words? Do you want to tell them what the best type of tea is? Do you want to tell them how you get to sleep at night? You want to tell them what type of car you drive, the name of your pet dog, your pet cat, anything you want? Let the people know before we wrap it up.
Yeah, I just want to say that, yeah, we are always here to help. I believe if you go to that near.ai/shade page, there's also a link to our Telegram group. If you have any questions about how to develop, using the tech stack, feel free to shoot your question there. Always happy to help.
Yeah, I'm happy to help. Please don't hesitate to reach me if you have some question or something to worry or related to you.
Okay, brilliant. You heard it here first. near.ai/shared. Join the Telegram group. Talk to MJ. Talk to Hassel. And until next time, God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Thank you.